My name is Kei Pritzker. I'm with the Answer Coalition that's acting now to stop war and end racism. And I just got out of the embassy yesterday, or I left, but I was in there for 2 weeks. And, first of all, the reason I left was because the opposition, the Guaidó fascists, their strategy, really the strategy of the State Department, because they can't issue a legal arrest warrant for the people inside, because they're protected by the 1961 Vienna Convention, because they can't legally be arrested in the building, the Secret Service, the Metropolitan Police Department, the State Department Security Services are using these fascist Guaidó supporters to, basically, they're allowing them to assault people, block food, break into the building and sabotage the water, sabotage the electricity, hurl racial, transphobic, homophobic, sexist slurs at people, rape threats, death threats. They're allowing them to do all of this stuff in order to pressure the people inside to leave. Again, because they can't legally be arrested. So the reason I left is because yesterday the water was shut off, and there's a limited amount of resources, so I wanted to leave, so I think I consume more resources than some other people, so I left. But, I'm still an embassy protector. The people outside here are embassy protectors. Anyone that's been involved in this is an embassy protector, and at this point, I know for a fact that the people inside are the ones that are capable for the job. They're going to be in there for as long as they need to be, and I'm going to be out here trying to get 1,000 people on the street this weekend, this Saturday at noon, to support them, to support this human rights violation, really. Oh yeah. Yeah, some of the toughest people I've ever met. Even if they didn't have what they need, which they do, because we were prepared for every single scenario, including the water and electricity being shut off. Even if they didn't have anything, I know people that would probably, end up in a hospital, staying there. They're not gonna leave. They're not gonna leave. So, it's tough. It's not a hotel. It's not a vacation for sure. But I have full confidence in the fact that these people will be there until a diplomatic solution is found.
Are you concerned that at some point they're just going to sort of take it to court? Do you think that they're just trying to
Who, the Secret Service?
Well, the Secret Service.
Sorry, the MPD. Oh, the government? No, they're not going to. We've actually heard officers in private conversations express fear of being personally held accountable for going in there and arresting people, because every single one of these police officers will be held personally accountable if they break the law, if they arrest someone inside, because it's illegal. It's against the 1961 Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. So, no, I don't think there's a chance that these people will be arrested. Obviously, I can't be too predictive, but I really think that's an unlikely scenario. And their real strategies, they just hope they leave on the basis of starvation.
Sort of lastly, I know that people kind of watch each other's social media across the street. If someone from that side is like watching this video, right? They've been screaming at the window for the last 2 weeks, whatever, and now you have sort of a chance to talk to them. What do you want them to know?
I'd want them to know that that's a very good question. It's hard because they've been literally threatening me with death and rape for the last 2 weeks. But I would say it is highly likely that you are representing, you're from a privileged background, you're from a class background in Venezuela that benefited from neoliberal rule throughout the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and just really think about the history of Venezuela and the history of colonialism in Latin America. I come from a wealthy background. I had a comfortable upbringing. I'm a socialist. I think everyone should look at the society they live in, look at the most vulnerable people, and see which government has done the most for them. The Maduro government is not a government that is meant to serve the interests of rich people. And if you are a rich Venezuelan, you have to understand that, and understand that the poor people of Venezuela are going through hell, not because of Maduro, but in spite of Maduro. and in spite of the sanctions regime on the country. So, that's what I would say.